Hello, Winkies. Hello, Winkies. No.
Good morning, Inkies. I hope this video finds you well. This will be the start of my creative week or creative snippets or studio vlog. Haven't quite worked out what I want to call it, but definitely will be creative little projects that don't really add up to much. They're just me creating through the week. You see me working in my journal, doing bits and pieces. So they're one of the most easiest things for me to film. It means I can be creating and you can watch the process. So definitely going to do that. Now I am going to cover my planner because I'm sick to death of this white cover, and I've also got my idea book as well. What I will do, so this footage, the planner cover will be this portion will go onto YouTube, because I did say that I would cover my journal on YouTube, because you've seen me, not my journal, my planner, because you've seen me cover previous things, and so I didn't want you guys to miss out on the footage, but I still wanted to have something to put up on YouTube. So I thought, why don't I just pop it into the Creative Week video and then make a separate intro for YouTube, but the general making and the collaging will be in both videos. So if you see it on YouTube, don't bother watching it, because there's no point. It'll be the same footage, just a different intro, which I'll film separately in a minute. But yeah, I am going to cover this because it's just, oh, I hate it. And then I am going to put the tape on it to protect it. I am finding that my covers are getting a little bit munted in the cover, especially when I'm trying to stick it in and stuff. So I just decided, I'm sick to death of seeing the white cover, especially in my pretty pink cover. I open it up and I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. So I think I want to put one of my memory monsters on there. I'm having a hard time deciding between her, who I adore, or her, who I also adore. Both of them are pictures of Minvarel, so both of them remind me of home. So I am, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'll cut out both and trial both, but then the other guys I'm considering popping into my travel journal, or I'll pop them into my normal journal, because I will be making like Japanese inspired memory monsters whilst I'm in Japan with some of my photos and like stuff like that. So I'm definitely going to be creating some of those, probably cherry blossom inspired, but yeah, I am definitely going to do that, I think. But this was just my little intro for you guys to intro you into my creative week. There'll be a few odds and ends and stuff like that. There'll be me picking colors from my small palette for Japan mixed in there. I am doing a separate video on supplies I take to Japan, so I think that will be a separate video, and actually will probably create a journal page in my travel journal or work in my travel journal with the supplies that I've bought, because I like showing you what I bring. That's all well and good, but I want to do more than just show you. I feel like that is more interesting and sort of a new spin on it, but it will be a video on its own, because I need 4 videos to go up while I'm away. I think that's what I worked out. So I need that to happen. So I need to stretch my video making out. So instead of including that portion in, I will have what I'm taking to Japan in a separate video with a process video. And that's about it. So I hope you enjoy my creative week. It'll be a little bit of creativity and stuff. I'll talk to you and show you my journal spilling journal, which may be a creative week video or may be a single video. Depends on how much I have to say about it. We'll see. But yeah, I am enjoying this beautiful journal. It's getting so chunky. I'm not too worried about my spine at the moment. We're okay at the moment. So far, so good. But I am really, really enjoying the Midori MD. So we'll see. I do have another one in my shelf, so I may keep going with this journal once I'm finished this, and then go into the B6 size. We'll see, but I also really wanted to try the Breeze that you guys kept recommending to me. So I don't know, what do you think I should do? What do you think? Midori MD, go to the B6 size, or the Taroko Designs Breeze? Let me know. But anyway, welcome to my creative week. You guys know the drill. You know what collaging is for me. It is putting all the main elements down, or not main elements, support elements. So I go for patterns, color blocking, all the really kooky things that I don't mind having covered up, and then I'll add my main element. And I really liked using the days of the week as the focal point, not even a focal point, but just an added thing because it's a planner. I like the idea of having days of the week there. And little creatures of sort of poking out. I really enjoyed how this looked. But I didn't actually get to finish my life book. So my life book is still bland and horrible, and I really wish that I had had enough time to do that one as well, but it's okay. I'm using the collage glue stick from Diane Reevely. I'm not sold on this one. I did use it quite a bit in the retreat or the class that I did with her, and I did buy a couple, but I don't think I'll repurchase. I just the bigger ones dry out way too quickly, and the smaller ones do not last long enough, so there's that.
It's not that you're timid, no one could say, choosing to walk with the gale. What shall we call?
Covering books with all your odds and ends is a great way to stash bust, especially if you're using a traveler's notebook, or you've got planners or things like that, or even kids' exercise books. Just stash bust all those little bits of ripped up paper. I have so many, and they make the best backgrounds, especially if you're using a main element. And I think I'm pretty much looking for the rainbow monsters. I like the smaller version. I wanted them on my planner as well, so I was searching for that, and I really love those damn rainbow monsters this month. Normally I cut the two bottom ones off because I wasn't completely happy, but I think it did well, and I really liked this postcard collage as well, so I popped that on the back. And then I come in with some of the graphic washi tape and put that on the spine because you know me, I need some lines, I need some graphicness all happening here. And it wasn't sticking too well because it was not coping with going around the spine, but I didn't mind because I knew that I was putting the bookbinding tape on the front or all over the cover, so I knew that it wouldn't matter if it was sticking or not.
I've never been known for my cautious side. I know the wind that I stir is a gale. So let us just
Even though these are great as they are, I really like cutting them up and putting them in the crevices of my collages, and this is what made me think about the whole washi tape thing and how the combining patchwork patterns, it would make really, really cool washi tape. So I just need to get my butt into gear when I get back from Japan and make that happen for us.
love and not stop thinking of this over.
Right, YouTube video is done. I only covered the planner, but I do think I want to cover my idea book as well, so I thought I'd just do the idea book on the Creative Week video. I do have this girl, and I'm thinking that it would be nice to see them both on there. Or I did have the other one, which now that I'm trying to look for it, because I have all my stuff sort of sprawled across my desk. Do I have the other one? No, I do, because I had it in my hands and I moved it when I was tidying. There, this one. It's on. So but I'm pretty sure this one will get cut down because it's just slightly too big. But which one? Not that you can tell me which one, because by the time you watch this video I've already done it. I do really love this one, but I do really love this one. I love the face on this one and the picture on this one, and I do love her. She reminds me of a bandit, and sometimes I'm a bandit. Which one goes nicer? Her colors complement this one better. They're both blue though, so are they too similar? Struggling with my choices. Well, I'm gonna have a think about this, and I'm actually going to film a separate video on the 100-day project. I was going to include it in here, but I have a little bit of stuff to talk about, so I thought that I would talk about that in a separate video and make it a thing and talk about it and how I want to do it and how I want to document it and all that sort of stuff. So even though it's something that would be included in here, I need content for other videos, and sometimes I ramble, and I think the 100-day project will definitely be a ramble video. So I'm going to pause it here and come back when I've decided which creature I should put onto this notebook, and then speed through it and then get on with some other creative bits and bobs. I've got my travel journal out. I just discovered train stations in Japan have stamps. Who knew? So I need to sort of incorporate some of that into this and find some sheets of paper, some spare sheets of paper to do the stamping, just in case I don't stamp very well and I need backups. So I'm actually going to purchase some pale pink copy paper and a few other bits and pieces to sort of cut up and put into a ephemera pouch to take with me. I am taking a little ephemera pouch with me of stuff that I already have, and then obviously the stuff that I collect will go into a bigger pouch, which I'll probably buy in Japan like I did in America. I did buy the big green pouch. Is it in here? Yeah. When I was with Ro, Anahi and Maria, and I put all my ephemera in here, and that's what's in there. So I will do the same thing in Japan, but I will take a tiny pouch of ephemera with me, including those sheets of paper to stamp my train station stuff. So that's enough babbling, so let's get on with the video, shall we? There's been quite a lot of reflective drawing and drawing in general, obviously with the 100 Days project, but I've also been dealing with quite a few emotional things, especially with facing my fear of the dentist and facing my fear of having a huge amount of dental work done, which is one of my deep-seated fears. Like, I've avoided the dentist almost my entire life. And you can tell because now I need crazy amounts of work done, which is also super scary. But I've been really using that emotion in my drawings and channeling it into colored pencils. Actually, colored pencils are going to be a huge denominator in the supply documentation. I actually took colored pencils in my travel pouch, but I have really adored the Jane Davenport ones. They are easy, they are quick. I've been grabbing them constantly because I love her color palette. So this is just a little bit of playing and coloring it in my journal and filling some of those gaps that are in my journal with reflective drawings of how I'm feeling, or creating monsters that reflect how I feel on the inside. And you'll see my troll. You guys have already seen my little bridge troll in the Facebook group. I actually named that a self-portrait because that's how I felt when I broke my front tooth. And yes, that's what happened. I broke clean off my front tooth and I felt like a bridge troll. It is Saturday morning, and that means it is very close to having, we had a whole week to go, but it was time to start packing our bags. And so hubby was forcing me by getting his suitcase out and getting it ready to start packing, because this was the last weekend we had. You can see that cheeky grin he's got before we had to go, because we were leaving on the Friday. So we had not much time to get our suitcases sorted, packed and organized. But it's time I started getting mine done as well, but I'm quite reluctant. So as you can see, hubby is packing his suitcase and I am next, but I don't want to pack mine just in case, because I just don't want to deal with the fact that I'm going to pack stuff. But I'm also dealing with the dilemma of, what am I taking with me to Japan? I've got all these things on my tiny little table to try and work out what is the best solution. Now there is a pink release of the Delphonics pouch which I have seen, and I am hunting that thing down like crazy. So my thought process is, don't take a Delphonics pouch with you because you're going to find the pink one. But then what do? Do I just put everything in a plastic bag? Do I take my little pink thing that I took on the airplane? Do I take my pen roll? I don't know. These are questions that are spinning in my head, and hubby wants me to pack my damn suitcase and I don't want to.
This is one of hubby's shirts that he's taking to Japan. We found it at Uniqlo. It is so flippin' cool. So cool. I also need to hit up a JB Hi-Fi or something because I only have 2 packs of sprocket paper and I'm pretty sure there's only about 2 prints left in this. So that is one of my errands that I need to run because I'm going to be printing like crazy, but I also know that the convenience stores in Japan print photos. So if I can work that out, then maybe I won't need my sprocket so much, or I can experiment with different sizes because obviously I'm only taking that little printer with me. So I had the lovely Sam and Sian here yesterday for a little bit of a catch up. Haven't seen the girls in a while, and it's Sam and my birthday. We're 2 days apart, so we did the obligatory get together and present swapping, and the girls teamed up and bought me the beautiful limited edition pink Lamy, as well as a bottle of the vivid pink ink. Now, I didn't buy myself this in the end because every time I saw it, it wasn't as bright as I wanted, and you know I really like my pinks bright, but I'm obviously not going to turn down a beautiful gift like this, and that's exactly what the girls said. So it is lovely. We are getting along at the moment. I have a fine nib on it. It's doing well. I have had really bad experiences in the past with Lamy. I've had 2 before this one and it's never worked out, but so far this one is doing really well, and I've been sketching with it and writing with it, and in it I've put the vivid pink ink because I wanted to try it out. Obviously not waterproof, but I will show you what it looks like on the page. So the March was written in the ink as well as the little dots on the page. I think it will be brighter when water activates it because I'm pretty sure the girls were playing with it last night, and I started writing here in it as well. So this is what it looks like in handwriting. So I haven't painted with it yet, but I will do that on camera for you when I get out of bed and stop being a lazy bum. But it is still lovely. I don't think it rivals Cyclamen Pink, but it is definitely a really nice addition to my pink inks collection. So super happy. Thank you, girls. I love it. Also really love the card or page marker that Sian made, both Sam and I, for our birthdays. It is so lovely. She wrote on the back with her beautiful handwriting, and so she's now page marker in my journal. So I love her. I love her a lot. And Sian actually painted the face, which is beautiful, and she did a good job. Oh my goodness, I feel like a truck has hit me, guys, but I'm powering through, and I just apologize for how terrible I sound. Now, I think today I am going to try and sit down and work through my watercolors and work out a Japan palette. Now, I'm obviously taking my normal travel, hold on, sorry, I'm holding this with one hand, my normal travel palette, but I do want to take Japan specific colors, or colors that I associate with Japan, and I'm going to take it in this little Bijou, I think it's called, palette I bought on Amazon. It was a Joy impulse purchase. It is just so flippin' cute and so little, so you can see there that it's like very small compared to my other one. So I don't know whether I'm going to take out, now that I'm trying to open it with one hand, hold on, let me do it off camera so it's not so annoying. So these remove, and you can move these around. So if you remove these, you can essentially fit another set of half pans in there, and I don't know if I want to do that or whether I just want to put one of my travel brushes in there. I'm pretty sure a travel brush fits in there. I'll grab one of them, one of my Escoda brushes, and see if it fits. If it fits, then it's a no-brainer. I'd just put it in there, so we'll check. Yeah, that's pretty laughable. It's totally not fitting. Totally not fitting. Even the Jane one, which is a little bit smaller than the Escoda, is not gonna fit in there. So you'd need one of those ones that pull apart and stuff, but no. So maybe I will put more half pans in there, but it just depends on how many colors. I don't want to take too much stuff with me. I'm not doing New York 2.0 where I took so much crap and didn't use it. I am being really strict with what I actually bring this time around. I woke up Saturday morning to a absolutely crazy thing that happened, and it doesn't mean much to people, but it means a hell of a lot to me. A woman that has helped me become who I am pledged to me on Patreon, and you guys already know, but Jane, the lovely Jane Davenport, yes, the Jane,
pledged to me on Patreon, and that made my absolute morning. So I had to document it in my journal. And I'm on my second cup of tea of the morning because I just didn't want to deal with anything. I totally was so sick, as you can hear. I'm still sick now, but I was really sick on the weekend, trying to get everything done with packing and everything and having my planner out. This is actually Monday morning. I'm trying to function like a normal human being with my planner, and I'm trying to get all my ducks in a row. Little did I know that I was going to have a horrible week time-wise, especially when it came to the whole dental emergency. Ugh, I hated it. This week sucked. But I am getting acquainted and getting to become quite happy with my Lammy at the moment. It's going well. We're doing well. So I was just sketching some of the lines in one of my 100 days drawing picture. Now some of these may turn into collage sheets. I don't know. We shall see. I know the Bridge Troll is a fan favorite so far. So yes, Bridge Troll will happen, but I don't know if some of my other ones will. I am drawing for collage sheets while I'm on holiday, but we shall see what ends up in your collage sheets and what doesn't. But yes, I am enjoying the Vivid Pink ink. For reals, doesn't come close to Cyclamen. It's a close second, but it's got a very good honorable mention.
It is another day in the studio, and I actually got a parcel from Jane, and I finally got my hands on the Power Pastels. There was a huge debacle with those, but finally I got some. And I also got this foam stamp pad, and I got the palette that she did with the inks on her website. So I am going to do some footage of me putting this together. I also need this footage for my Davin party video for her, so I'm just letting you know the behind the scenes of it. Jane released an ink sync palette when she did the things, and you can only get this on through Jane when you order the inks. And so I've been hanging out to put mine together. I got my palette in December, but I didn't get the foam because they had run out. So now I'm going to put the inks into these little rainbow palette. And this was one of my favorite ways of using the inks when I was at Jane's place. So I am really happy to get my hands on my own and put it all together. Haven't played with these yet. They're obviously still in the packaging, but I'm not going to play with them today. I want to put the inks in here. And because it's part of my day, it's in the studio vlog. And there'll also probably be some drawing today because we're still working hard on the 100 days of drawing. There will be a process update video later on when I'm away probably, but this is one of the items we're doing today. While I have you here, I got my order of the Black Wing pencils. Me, Sam and Sian went halves or thirds in a pack. Now, don't let the light fool you. These are not as pink as I thought they would be. They are more of a lavender dusty purple with a cobalt blue eraser. Still beautiful, but not as pink as when you see the packaging and some of the photos that I first saw when it was first released, and it looked like a really nice pink. But they are still lovely and still a nice girly version of the Blackwing pencil. So I am actually going to pop 1 or 2 of them into the giveaway for Patreon. So out of my little stash of pencils. But they are the volume 24 limited edition, I think, pencils, and they arrived yesterday. So there's those for you. I'm also going to have a little chat about my writing box and my other item from Galen Leather. That will be included in the studio blog as well, so keep an eye out for that. So putting this all together is very, very visually self-explanatory. So I'm not going to bore you with a bit of chat about it, but I totally am going to rock this way of using the inks in a few videos for you to see, and also in a Jane Davenport video as well, because it was definitely my favorite way to use the inks. So much fun. It's like a watercolor palette. I loved it. My favorite way. So yeah, this is just me putting my palette together, which I already explained, so I don't need to explain any longer. But you're the one who can make it go away.
stronger with you, and the days don't work out the way I thought they would. And before you there was no one who understood. Sometimes
I can't see, but it feels like you're the one who saves me when I try, but don't succeed.
Although you don't see me finish this picture, I am just sort of playing around with sketching my pen roll for part of my travel journal. I probably will finish it on the plane, so you may not see it, or you may, it depends, but you don't actually see it being finished in this. But it is my creative week, I did work on it, so I wanted to capture it for you. Something that I want to work on a lot is drawing from life instead of drawing from photographs and stuff like that. So I'm trying to ease myself into this sort of stuff by doing shapes and elements that I'm quite comfortable drawing or aren't going to stress me out too much. So I want to practice in my 100 days some sketching from life, and hopefully I can do some of that while in Japan. But for now, I'm more comfortable sketching from photographs and things, so I'll probably take photographs and then come home and sketch them, especially if we're trying to sightsee and stuff like that. But it's one of my goals, definitely, in the 100 days of drawing, to sketch from life. So this is what I was attempting to do. My scale is all whack, and I couldn't get the lettering of the label right, which is why I stopped and moved on to working some tip-ins for my journal, for my travel journal. These are the bits of card that I used for all the off spray when I was making my journal pages in the travel journal video. So these are all the cards that I scooped up all the excess ink, so everything kind of matches what's already in there. And I'm using some of the Tisha Moore collage sheets. An Archanaut posted me her set of the Harajuku girls, so I got my hands on the elusive Japan collage sheets from Tisha, and I wanted to put some of them into my journal on tip-ins and stuff, so I can just add little bits and pieces. And I'm definitely going to pick up some Japanese magazines while there, because I think they will be awesome.
There's nothing we can do. You've become me and I've become you in this story. It's such a heartbeat pounding in your chest. The final hour before we let it go to rest. And in our story, in the story, if you make no promise, there's no regret. It's over by the time you finish your cigarette. We're so into blue skies, but we don't hear the thunder. We're dreaming.
I saw someone in the group post up the new Flow magazine. Now I haven't purchased a Flow in quite a few months, and that's because I've been trying to sort of get all I can out of the ones that I've got sitting in my studio. But I thought, and like they said, the cover was totally adorable, so I grabbed it. I feel like it's gone up in price. It's $17.99 here in Australia, and I swear I pay like 15 bucks or $14.99 at a different newsagent, so maybe they're like really jibby. But I thought I'd do a quick flip of this just to give you a little look into what Flow, like the current Flow magazine looks like. This is all for studio vlog because I can't create art constantly, especially with all the bajillion things I have on my plate. But I do think that I will probably attack this on camera and have a little chat about harvesting ephemera from magazines and things. We don't make mistakes, we just happy little accidents. Oh, I'm totally taking that Bob Ross quote from my journal. Love that. But there are some beautiful, beautiful artworks. There's fantastic things that you can use in your journals for Flow. It's one of my favorite magazines, as well as Womankind. And they're just great little tidbits in here that you can definitely
integrate into your journaling, integrate into your planners if you wanted to. I'm also going to have a little chat to you about an idea that I will turn into a series called the journal spilling, or the journal spill. I haven't worked out how I want to phrase it yet, but how your life spills over from your actual journal. And we're going to be talking about bigger TNs. I know there's been a little bit of chat and a few questions in the group about larger than A5, and so I'm going to show you my two and talk to you about where I want to take those. So I won't make that a separate video. I will include that in this video. So we're going to have a little bit of a creative talk this afternoon. I've been at the hairdresser's getting my pink repinked for Japan. I almost didn't go because I know that I'm going to come home to a huge shake up with some dental work. I've avoided the dentist most of my life. My teeth are in complete havoc, and I had a huge emergency the other day for the dentist where I literally broke my front tooth. So there was a massive gap, and I was hysterical and I lost it. And so they've temporarily fixed it for me, and then there is going to be some crazy amounts of work happening to my mouth, which entails crazy amounts of bills. So I'm not looking forward to that. I am looking forward to feeling a bit more confident in the way that I look. But the bill behind what they have to do to fix my mouth just makes me want to crawl up into a ball and cry. Oh, tiny houses in Japan. I like that. Cute. Oh, that'll be something I read before I pull that apart. But yeah, so I have been a little bit preoccupied with being sick and that stupid dental thing. I feel like I've had the biggest roller coaster of a week in bad ways, like not good and bad, just all bad. The only reason for time is so that everything doesn't happen at once. That's true. That's true. I feel like everything's happening at once. I'm trying to get all my stuff ready for Japan. I'm trying to clean the house. I need more of me, guys. Now, one of the things that I really liked that was the freebie this month was this little like photo booklet, and I thought maybe I could integrate photographs from my trip for Japan into here, like turn it into a little photo album. I do really like the idea of making little photo collages of every day, because sometimes I take so many photos, and I know my little B6 is not going to hold everything. I don't think it will, but I'm going to try. But I like the idea of photos that don't make it into my journal. I could make little daily photo collages, or just like little depictions of our day. I mean, it's bigger than like 10 days, but I think that'd be a really cute little addition. When I saw it, that's what went through my head instantly, that I could use this for. So I think I might turn that into a separate little video series, and I'll have to start filming it while I'm in Japan, because I'm definitely going to print lots of little photos. So I think I might pop this into the front pocket of my TN. Let me grab my TN and see if it actually fits in, not my TN, but my folio. Okay, so will it fit, or am I, no, it's too big, man. Or maybe I could pop it into the back, because it looks like it's the same size almost. Maybe not. Maybe I am also kidding myself. Only I'm really good with sizing. But oh, look at that. Yeah, oh my god, there was some fist pump moment there, guys. Oh yes, that is awesome. And it fits nicely. It doesn't warp it too much. Obviously it doesn't add too much bulk either, so I can definitely add little photo collages, or even just one photo a day of my favorite photo, and have it large. Oh yeah, I like that addition. Totally loving that. Your mind makes the most beautiful pictures in the world. Paste your photos into this booklet or use as a notebook for your photography project. You can also insert your very best image in the sleeve to create your own cover. Yes, there is. I would probably pick something that related to Japan, but yeah, I think that's going to be a nice little addition to my little travel journal, because sometimes I just like pictures and I don't want to add anything else, like my big spreads in my journal. So that would be a place for that. I like that. I like that a lot. So there's not, make time and space to think. There is a whole heap of quotes in here that I would definitely pull apart and use in my journal. Whatever you think of today, it doesn't have to set your course forever. Oh my goodness, don't I need that in my life?
But this is the latest version of Flow. And they have some matte pages and some gloss pages. Generally the advertising stuff is in gloss. I don't know if they do that to sort of save on printing costs or environmentally friendly things. This looks like Lisa Condon's. That looks like her work. It is! Ah! It is Picasso's Great Love. Oh, that'll be an interesting read. How to pack a suitcase. Oh man, there's a plane. I put the plane, that sort of stuff into my travel journal. Yeah, I definitely am going to do a segment of me pulling apart things to pop into my travel journal, but that will be in the Journal Keeper travel section. So this will be a little bit disjointed. Always try to be a little kinder than is necessary. I agreed. See, like things like this, all this sort of stuff. Drawing in groups. 6 prints to brighten your day. Let's see. Are they double-sided? No, they're not. Oh, they're floral ones. Oh, I like that. That's the most simplest thing ever, but it's so beautiful. Is that Marilyn Monroe? It looks like it. Oh, I like that too. The sun sees your body, the moon sees your soul. Oh, I like that. I like that a lot. I like the little added bits that you get in Flow. I always really enjoy them. And I like these little these tiny photos are what I love to see, and what I would love to do, my little 4x4 photos, like snapshots of your day. I think I want to integrate something like this into my journaling practice, maybe once a week, like a week in photographs, or like a week reflection, something like that. But I love that grid style. I'd have to work out how I wanted to do that, but I think that that's something that I really want to integrate into my journal. But I think there's a lot that can be harvested from this, not just from my travel journal, but from my day in illustrations. So that is what the current Flow looks like, and this, tell me what, this is issue 22. At the end of the day, we can endure much more than we think we can. I'm gonna have to cut that out because I need to know that, oh my goodness, it's like the universe told me, buy this magazine, it'll help your mental state. But yeah, I love this little added bit. Makes me happy. I didn't just buy it for the added bit, but I certainly knew instantly when I opened the magazine that that was what was going to happen. I didn't realize it would fit so beautifully into my folio though. I'm down for that though. Anyway, I am now going to show you my Galen leather products. Now, as you guys know, I had a little bit of trouble with Galen leather with my writing box. I ordered the writing box for my Valentine's Day present off hubby, and it took a really long time to get to me, to the point where I was asking them what's going on. I was given a time frame of when my writing box would be ready. It was double the time. Obviously, with the company and the family issue, I would have loved to have known that before having to not call them out on Instagram, but to kind of publicly go, where's my order? I was getting no customer service. I was getting one-word answers. I was getting no update. And when I got an update, it didn't happen or it didn't come. And then when my item arrived, it was not up to standard. And I'm not going to show the original item because I've still got it. They told me to keep it. They did resend me a new writing box, and the new one is in perfect condition. So I'm going to show you that. Now I'm just thinking that because of all the family pressure and stuff like that, I think that would be why my order was rushed, or it wasn't, the care wasn't there, or maybe they accidentally packed one of their seconds or something. But let me just say that my box, the edges didn't align. My leather was half coming off on the inside, so that I couldn't put anything in there. And I was just like, for the amount of money I paid and for the amount of time that I waited for this item, I wasn't happy. I did ask for a refund, but they promised that they would send me out another one, a replacement, and to keep the old one. So I'm actually taking my the broken one to my dad to see if he can do anything to fix it, and if he can, I would probably pass that one down to Boo, or I would keep it aside for when she's older enough to appreciate it. that sort of thing. I mean, I could fill both up quite easily. I actually bought it with the purpose of turning it into a watercolor box, which is what I was going to do on my channel later on when I got all my ducks in a row, basically. So I'll go grab the writing box and give you a look-see. I think they handled it very well after a really bad run. They were very good at offering me the replacement item very fast. I had my replacement in my hands within 2 weeks of the email, and normally it would take between 3 and 4 to even be shipped to me. So I'm glad that they rectified the situation, and I will not go and badmouth them all over social media. I told them that I wouldn't say anything, that I don't think they need that bad press, because I think sometimes you have to have a little bit of compassion, and that's definitely what I had, what I want other people to have as well. But I think when you get the product the way it's meant to be, it's beautiful. So I'm going to show you the right product. I also picked up a little desk tool caddy, which I'm going to show you as well. I'm not going to fill them on camera because I'm not quite sure how I want to set them up yet, but I thought if you're wondering what the type of quality it is and to look at it on camera, that I would show you now. It's kind of a bit of a show and tell bit of the vlog because I've got so much stuff I need to do that isn't art related, so it's easier for me to show you things and talk about creativity and stuff like that than it is for me to sit down and draw. I'm still, as you can hear, I'm still sick, and I don't want to get any more run down than I already am, because I head out to Japan in a couple of days. We literally leave tomorrow afternoon to take the kids to my mum and dad's, so it's a bit crazy pants here, but I want to make sure that there is a video for Saturday. I have bits and pieces of videos half recorded, but a lot of them need more footage of traveling to actually become something proper. So I'm gonna go grab the bits and pieces, and this will be part of your studio vlog. So this is the box that you get. It is beautiful. I have my original one in there ready to go to my dad. The other one is actually packed up in my studio. So this is how the box will come. It is a stunning, stunning box. This was beautiful. It's actually displayed on my studio. So that is what you'll get. And then this is the actual box itself. I did opt to have the leather strap put on there, which is an added thing that you can have. The strap will sort of give your box a little bit of a marking, but I think over time, patina and wood and touching and feeling, it will get its own character, and I'm okay with that. People might not enjoy that fact, but I'm just letting you know, if you get the strap, you may have some sort of lining and stuff on there, but I don't mind it because I know with time and use and stuff, it will be a whole lot nicer. So this is the top part, so it creates a handle, and they are 4 snap closures, so you can see there, and you can snap them off, kind of like a almost like a book, like with my big TN, like a book band, a belly band almost, but it also acts as a handle if you want to carry it around and be a total hipster. And then it has a clasp, and the clasp opens up. There's the clasp there, so the clasp goes in and out. And it opens up like this. I'm going to show you this way. And so you have little notches here, which is how it turns into a desk. Sits into these little grooves here. And then that is, like you can see, like this, and you can use it on your lap or as a portable writing desk if that's what it's meant to be. So it is stunning when it's done right. And then on the inside you have it does sit up like this, it doesn't fold back on itself, so I'm going to put it like this so you can see. This is leather, and then these are elasticated, so you can add like bigger items or smaller items into your bands. And I've seen some stunning ways of putting this thing together. I will leave a couple of Instagram accounts down below if I remember, of people that have got this and have enabled me. Anahi is one of them. Catherine on Instagram, who's just got like stationary porn on her Instagram. It's all beautiful. She's always using this. It is a beautiful prop for Instagram, but I actually really like the idea of turning it into a watercolor box. Like it made me think of Beatrix Potter. Man, I want to be her when I grow up. So that's what I asked for my not my birthday, for Valentine's Day. And I think it is beautiful when it's done properly. But yeah, my other one, hopefully my dad can fix. It'd be nice to be able to hand one down to Boo in time when she's old enough to appreciate it, but at the moment she certainly is not. But yeah, if my dad can fix it, then awesome. I may get like her name engraved into the corner of it or something like that. Obviously I didn't get the leather strap replaced because the strap was fine. I just got an extra box. So yeah, that's how big and thick it is. It's very lovely. It smells beautiful. So I'm glad that they did me right and replaced it, which is why I'm talking about it now. If I had a horrible time with them, I don't want to badmouth a brand ever, but I would be steering people away from them if I thought that they weren't doing their job right. But I think because of the situation with a family member having cancer, there's got to be allowances. I know in small businesses that things go wrong, especially in the last week when I had, you know, all the last month with the death in the family, getting sick, my kids getting sick, then this stupid dental thing. I know things go wrong. I understand more than anyone. So I'm definitely would never badmouth a brand, especially a small business, because I know how hard it is to stay afloat. So that is a beautiful writing desk, and because I was ordering that, I chipped in some of my own sort of allowance and picked up, because I was like, I'm going to ship it anyway. It didn't add to the shipping, I don't remember, but I did pick up one of these tool caddies. Now, I almost picked up one from Peg and All, and I may very well still get one later on in the year, because the only thing that I was unhappy about was, I swear this was bigger. The one from Peg and All is huge, and I want that one on my actual studio desk. But this is a good little portable, not portable, but like it's nice and bitty for bitty things. So it has like pen nooks here and like bigger ones here, so you could probably fit quite a few items in here if you wanted to. I haven't worked out what I want to actually put in here yet, like scissors and things like that. You can definitely put your 2 different sides of scissors. I'm always losing my scissors, and this is one of the things I actually wanted to put my scissors in, because I spend so much time searching for scissors, it drives me nuts. Like my glue stick could be like Collage Central, but it's beautifully made, it smells amazing, and it's this, I was really happy with this. I just thought the size was bigger. So I'll probably end up ordering the big epic tool caddy thing from Peg and All later on in the year, once I save up enough money to purchase it, because the shipping for that thing to Australia was ridiculous, and it's the reason why I went with the writing desk and this over buying the tool caddy for Valentine's Day. So yeah, so that is from Galen Leather. But God, man, I like that the scissors fit in here so nicely. Actually, you could probably put both scissors in the same hole. Wouldn't put that there, but then you could, like if you wanted to have your watercolor brushes on there, or a few of them here, this could be like the essentials, things that you need all the time. So you could stick some in there, some in there. Oh, I like that. See, I haven't actually played with this. I've been holding off playing with it until I showed you guys on camera, and I've had it for like a couple of weeks now, and I haven't actually done anything with it because I wanted to wait for a time. But I do like having my little watercolor brushes in there. That's pretty cool. I like that. But yeah, so that is, I like this. I like this a lot. And I do like the writing box. It's just so sad that it took so long to get to me and was such a letdown to begin with, but the second time around it is exactly what I imagined it to be. So that's why I decided to show you guys. So yeah, Peg and All, not Peg and All, Galen Leather, sorry. My brain is broken. I'm thinking about the Peg and All one, but I like this a lot, and this will be really handy either on this desk, and because it's so small, this is the pro. Even though I didn't like the fact that it was small, the other one is too big for me to carry up and down the hallway. This one, I can pick all my essentials up and I can carry it to the studio, to this desk, because I work in several places in my house. I chase the light, basically. Wherever the light is best is where I'll work. And so I can pick up this knowing that I've got my scissors, my paintbrushes, some pencils and things like that if I'm not using my pen roll, or if these are like my spares. I don't always have my pen roll packed with things. If I know I'm not traveling too much, then this would be something that I would go to, especially now that I've seen my scissors in there, because I lose these things too often, way too often, and it drives me insane. Okay, it is time to pick the colors for this little palette, and what I've done is I've pulled out this one, which I have swatches of here, and when I was rearranging my palettes into the two larger ones you see here, this one here is these swatches here. So I haven't swatched these ones to save myself some time. I'm going to look through here and see if there's anything that I want to pop into this palette, and then I'll have to quickly sort of swatch these out somewhere in my journal so I can denote what colors are in here and then work out which ones I want to put in. I noticed that there's quite a large, I thought I didn't have reds and stuff, but I don't need any of the primary colors. I need an orange because there's no orange in here, and I probably need a couple of browns maybe, and we'll have a look what else I think I might need as well. So I'm going to look through here. I'm going to speed up this process because I have both my children home and it is early in the morning, and so I don't want you to hear them squabbling, even though at the moment they're very quiet. But this section will be sped up, and then I don't know if I will talk about what colors I picked in the end, because it's still very early in the morning here and I have to get ready to go to the city and pick up our Wi-Fi for Japan. So that is what we're doing, and I have left this to the last second because I've been putting off trying to pick colors to put into a palette, but no time like the present. I'm going to pop these swatches of this palette here. I'm not going to take any iridescent ones, so I'm not going to swatch them, but I will swatch them when I'm home because I don't think they get enough airtime, especially not from me. And I know Chandra has always pushed me to use them and I haven't. So I will do a dedicated video to that, but I will swatch all these because I need to know what the greens and browns and yellows and earthy tones I have. So yeah, let's get started. So this is the last thing that I do for you in my Creative Week video. I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope that you enjoy the next video, which will be coming up of what I actually packed for Japan. And then I think it will probably be Japan vlogs because of my last week before I left was so crazy and so busy. I didn't get my 4 videos done that I wanted to. I got half of them done, so I will be trying to edit on the go in Japan. I have all my stuff packed, all my tech stuff, all my editing stuff, my hard drives, everything, so that I can take the footage and slowly piece it together and journal on the go. It will help me and push me to journal for you girls in the moment, which is one of my hugest goals. But I'm just testing out all the colors in this palette. I wish I had more room because this is what happens, because I don't see these colors because they're not in my main palette. I don't miss them, and I don't realize I miss them until I start swatching them, and then I ooh and ah. I literally oohed and ahed over all the colors I was swatching, going, oh, it's so lovely, oh, I want them all. So I was like, oh man, I'm really missing out on all my colors. So I need to bring these 2 palettes out a lot more and not just focus on my little tiny palette when I watercolor. So I'm missing out on beautiful shades. So this is what is currently in my other palette, and then I show you what made the cut. And then, my loves, that is the end of my Creative Week. The next footage I have filmed is for the travel journal series, so you won't see that until I get it started. Probably you'll see that in a week and a half maybe. We shall see. I've already started filming for it, and it is something that is in the process of being filmed. So I hope you have a wonderful time, and I will see you in Japan very soon. Except the next video I won't be in Japan. I'll be physically in Japan, but the video will be at my home. And these are the colors I picked. I will try and leave a list of them down below, or I'll pop them in a blog post so you can see the actual color names if you are interested. So watch out for that. I'll do my very best to get that blog post up for you, so keep an eye out for that. Thank you so much for your support. I hope you've enjoyed this crazy long, really random Creative Week video. Probably not the best week to be doing such a project, but this is life. This is how it is. Not everything goes to plan. Not everything goes even remotely to plan. But take care, my loves, and I'll talk to you very soon. Bye!
Well, something's gotta give today. Is a good